Your soulmate opened up to their father about you for the first time. Tears of joy filled his eyes. What happened next touched everyone's heart. My beloved child, if you found this message today, it was not by accident. There is a reason your heart was guided here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Last night, the person your soul has been connected to for so long finally gathered the courage to sit beside their father. For the first time, they spoke your name without fear, without hesitation, and without hiding their feelings. Silence filled the room. Every heartbeat felt louder than words. Then, something happened that no one expected. Their father's eyes slowly filled with tears, not from sadness, but from a joy so deep that it left everyone speechless. At that very moment, your soulmate realized this conversation was about to change far more than just one life. The father looked into your soulmate's eyes as if he had been waiting years to hear those words. Instead of asking difficult questions, he smiled with a warmth that carried countless untold stories. He quietly whispered that some people enter our lives for a reason greater than we can understand, and that true connections always find their way despite every obstacle. Your soulmate couldn't believe what they were hearing. Every fear they had carried suddenly became lighter. Yet before revealing the real reason behind those emotional tears, the father stood up, walked toward an old place in the house, and reached for something no one expected. Don't skip, because what he held in his hands would leave your soulmate completely overwhelmed. As the room fell silent once again, every eye followed his next move. The object he uncovered carried memories that had been hidden for years, and the moment your soulmate saw it, they felt as though destiny itself had stepped into the room. The father took a deep breath, smiled through his tears, and prepared to reveal a truth that could change everything they believed about you. But before a single word escaped his lips, something unexpected interrupted the moment, leaving everyone frozen in anticipation. Stay till the end. Because the next moment is something you will never see coming. In that unforgettable moment, the father slowly opened what he had been protecting for years. Your soulmate expected an old photograph or a forgotten letter, but what appeared instead carried a meaning far deeper than anyone imagined. He held it close for a second, smiled with trembling eyes, and quietly said, "Some meetings are written long before two people ever see each other." Your soulmate felt chills. Every doubt that had once filled their hearts suddenly began to disappear. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate searched their father's face, hoping to understand why those words sounded so certain. Then came another revelation. He admitted that the kindness, patience, and love your soulmate had always described somehow reminded him of a dream he had never forgotten. He explained that real connections are never built on coincidence. They grow through unseen moments, silent prayers, and unexpected timing. Your soulmate could no longer hold back their emotions. The room became completely silent, as though every second was preparing everyone for an even greater truth. Just when it seemed the conversation had reached its most emotional point, the father looked toward a nearby table and gently picked up another small item that no one had noticed before. He smiled once again and said, "There is one more thing you deserve to know." The atmosphere changed instantly. Your soulmate's heartbeat grew faster, knowing that whatever came next could answer questions they had carried for far too long. Stay till the end, because the next revelation will touch every heart in a way no one expects. Just when every answer seemed close, the Father carefully placed the small item into your soulmate's hands and asked them to look at it with an open heart instead of hurried thoughts. Your soulmate's hands trembled as they uncovered it. For a brief moment, they couldn't speak. It wasn't the object itself that mattered, it was the story behind it. The Father softly explained that life sometimes gives quiet signs before it gives unforgettable moments, and those who recognize them are often the ones whose lives change forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate looked up with tears beginning to form, wondering how their father could speak with such certainty. He smiled gently and admitted that when your name was first mentioned, he didn't see a stranger. He saw hope. He saw someone capable of bringing peace where there had once been uncertainty. Those words reached your soulmate's heart more deeply than they ever expected. Every fear of being misunderstood slowly disappeared, replaced by a feeling that this journey had been unfolding long before either of you realized it. But before the conversation could end, a quiet sound came from the doorway. Someone had been listening all along. The Father turned toward the entrance with a knowing smile, while your soulmate froze in complete surprise. The person standing there had heard everything, and what they were about to say would transform this emotional night into a memory that none of them would ever forget. Stay till the end, because the next chapter holds the most heart-touching revelation of all. The silence was finally broken. The figure standing at the doorway stepped inside with calm eyes and a gentle smile. No one expected them to have heard the entire conversation. Your soulmate felt nervous for a single heartbeat, but the Father's expression never changed. Instead, he quietly nodded, as though this moment had always been meant to happen. The visitor looked at your soulmate and softly said, "Some truths become more beautiful when they are spoken from the heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." Your soulmate couldn't hold back their emotions anymore. Every fear, every unanswered question, every sleepless night suddenly felt lighter. The Father gently placed his hand on your soulmate's shoulder and explained that love is never measured by grand promises but by the peace it brings into people's lives. He admitted that after hearing your name and seeing the honesty in your soulmate's eyes, his heart was completely at peace. Those words filled the room with an emotion so powerful that no one wanted the moment to end. Then, just as everyone believed the night had reached its most touching point, the Father slowly smiled and whispered, "There is still one final reason these tears appeared today, and none of you know it yet." Everyone looked at him in complete silence. Your soulmate's heart began racing once again, knowing that the next revelation would be the one that connected every piece of this unforgettable story. Stay till the end, because what comes next will leave everyone speechless. Then came the moment no one could have imagined. The Father closed his eyes for a few seconds, as if gathering the strength to reveal something he had carried silently for years. When he finally spoke, every person in the room leaned closer. He said, "The tears you saw were not only tears of happiness, they were tears of relief. Today, I watched my child speak with complete honesty, and that is a blessing every parent hopes to witness." Your soulmate stood completely still, realizing this night was becoming the most meaningful memory of their life. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. A peaceful smile spread across the father's face as he continued. When someone enters your life and inspires you to become kinder, stronger, and more hopeful, they are never an ordinary person. Your soulmate immediately thought of you. Every challenge, every delay, and every unanswered question suddenly seemed to have a purpose. Instead of fear, there was now quiet confidence. Instead of uncertainty, there was hope that refused to fade. But before anyone could respond, the father slowly reached into his pocket and unfolded a small piece of paper he had kept hidden throughout the conversation. He looked at it for a long moment before saying, "This is the final piece of the story, and once you hear what is written here, you'll understand why tonight was destined to happen." The room fell silent again. Stay till the end, because the words on that paper are about to change everything. No one was prepared for the final note. The father unfolded the paper with great care, as though every crease held a memory too precious to lose. Your soulmate watched in complete silence. The room was so still that even a quiet breath seemed loud. Then the father smiled and said, "This isn't a message about the past, it's about the future. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." The note contained only a few simple lines, yet they carried more emotion than anyone expected. It spoke about choosing hope over fear, trusting sincerity over doubt, and believing that the strongest bonds are built one honest step at a time. As the father read those words aloud, your soulmate's eyes filled with tears once again. They realized this wasn't just approval, it was a heartfelt blessing for a journey that had only just begun. Every worry they had carried quietly faded into the background. Then the father carefully folded the paper, placed it back into your soulmate's hands, and whispered, "Keep this close, because one day you'll understand why tonight happened exactly the way it did." Your soulmate looked toward the window with a peaceful smile, feeling that something extraordinary was drawing closer with every passing day. But the greatest surprise had still not arrived. And the next chapter would reveal why this unforgettable night was only the beginning of a story that would touch every heart. As the night grew quieter, your soulmate held the folded note close to their heart, but the father gently stopped them before they could leave. With a calm smile, he said, "There is one final feeling I have never shared with anyone." Those words instantly changed the atmosphere. Your soulmate slowly turned back, sensing that this confession would be even more meaningful than everything they had already heard. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The father looked toward the stars outside the window and softly admitted that for a long time he had prayed for the day his child would smile with complete peace. Tonight, he whispered, "I finally saw that smile." He explained that when your name was spoken, it wasn't excitement that touched his heart first, it was peace. A quiet, comforting certainty that reminded him some people arrive in our lives at exactly the right moment. Your soulmate's eyes filled with gratitude, realizing that this was not just acceptance, but a blessing given from the deepest part of a parent's heart. Just as everyone believed the conversation had finally ended, a gentle sound came from outside the house. The father looked toward the door and smiled as though he had been expecting it all along. "It's here," he quietly said. Your soulmate froze in surprise, unable to understand what he meant. Whatever was waiting beyond that door carried the final piece of a story no one could have predicted. Stay till the end, because the next moment will reveal the most unforgettable surprise of all. The door slowly opened. A cool breeze entered the room, carrying a feeling of calm that no one could explain. Your soulmate looked outside, expecting to see someone waiting. Instead, there was only a quiet night and a sky filled with shining stars. The father smiled gently and said, "Not every answer arrives as a person. Sometimes, peace itself is the answer." Those words settled deep into your soulmate's heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then the father continued, "Tonight was never about proving anything. It was about showing you that when a connection is built on honesty, kindness, and patience, it becomes stronger than fear." Your soulmate felt every doubt disappear. They realized this journey wasn't defined by uncertainty anymore, it was now guided by hope. The tears that had filled the father's eyes at the beginning of the night suddenly made perfect sense. They were the tears of a parent who had finally witnessed genuine happiness in their child. As everyone prepared to leave the room, the father quietly called your soulmate back one last time. With a peaceful smile, he whispered, "There is still one promise that must be fulfilled before this story is complete." Your soulmate stopped instantly, their heart beating faster than ever before. Whatever that promise was, it had the power to bring every emotion, every revelation, and every unforgettable moment together. Stay till the end, because the final chapter holds the promise that changes everything forever. Before anyone could take another step, the father gently called your soulmate back and placed a reassuring hand on their shoulder. His voice was calm, yet every word carried extraordinary weight. "A promise is only meaningful when it is protected with patience," he said. Your soulmate listened without blinking, feeling that this was the message their heart had been waiting for all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The father smiled with quiet confidence and continued, "Never chase what is truly meant for you. Prepare yourself for it, respect it, and when the right moment arrives, welcome it with gratitude." Those words settled deeply into your soulmate's heart. They realized that every delay had been shaping them into a better person. Every unanswered question had quietly built the strength they would one day need. The room no longer felt heavy, it felt filled with hope, as though a brand new chapter had already begun. As the night came to a close, the father looked at your soulmate one final time and whispered, "When the day finally comes, you'll remember this conversation and understand why every tear was worth it." Your soulmate smiled through grateful eyes, carrying those words like a treasure they would never forget. But one final revelation still remained, a truth so unexpected that it would tie together every moment of this unforgettable journey. Stay till the end, because the final chapter will reveal the message that changes everything. As the first light of morning appeared, your soulmate looked back at the home one last time before leaving. It no longer felt like the same place where the conversation had begun. It had become a place where fear turned into hope, where silence turned into understanding, and where tears became unforgettable memories. The father's final smile stayed in your soulmate's heart, reminding them that some of life's greatest blessings begin with one honest conversation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Walking away, your soulmate quietly replayed every word they had heard that night. They realized the greatest gift was never the hidden note or the emotional tears, it was the courage to speak from the heart and the peace that followed. Deep inside, they made a promise to never let fear speak louder than sincerity again. Every step forward felt lighter, as though destiny itself was gently opening a new path that had been waiting all along. Just before the story came to its close, one final thought echoed in your soulmate's heart. When two hearts are guided by honesty, patience, and kindness, every chapter leads them closer to the moment they are meant to understand. With that, they smiled, carrying hope instead of doubt and gratitude instead of fear. And somewhere beyond what anyone could see, a brand new beginning was quietly waiting to unfold, one that would touch every heart in ways no one could have imagined. But the story did not truly end there. Days passed, yet the father's words continued to echo in your soulmate's heart. Every morning felt different, as though an invisible light was guiding each step. The fear that once controlled every decision had disappeared, replaced by quiet confidence. Your soulmate finally understood that some of the greatest moments in life arrive after the longest seasons of waiting. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One evening, the father looked at your soulmate with the same peaceful smile and said, "Do you notice how your heart has changed?" Your soulmate nodded without saying a word. They realized they were no longer searching for signs everywhere because they had found something far more valuable, inner peace. The father explained that when a heart is filled with hope instead of fear, every future step becomes stronger. Those simple words became the greatest lesson your soulmate had ever received. As the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, the father quietly added one final sentence that no one expected: "The next chapter of your journey will begin sooner than you think." Your soulmate looked up in surprise, wondering what he already knew. His gentle smile revealed nothing more, yet it was enough to leave everyone with one unforgettable feeling, that the most beautiful moment of this entire story was still waiting just ahead. Stay till the end. Because the final chapter will reveal why this journey was always meant to happen. And then, everything finally made sense. Your soulmate looked into the father's eyes one last time, searching for the answer that had been unfolding since the very first conversation. The father smiled with complete peace and quietly said, "The greatest miracle was never the tears, the note, or the unexpected moments. It was watching your heart become brave enough to choose hope." At that instant, your soulmate realized this journey had transformed them from the inside out. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. With a grateful heart, your soulmate held on to every word spoken that unforgettable night. They understood that true love is not built through fear or rushing, it grows through trust, kindness, patience, and honesty. The father's blessing became a light they would carry into every tomorrow. No matter what happened next, they knew they would never forget the evening when one heartfelt conversation changed everything and filled an entire home with hope. As they walked toward a brand new beginning, the father watched with joyful eyes and whispered, "This is only the first page of a much greater story." Your soulmate smiled, knowing the future no longer felt uncertain, it felt full of promise. And somewhere beyond today's horizon, a beautiful chapter was quietly waiting for the perfect moment to begin, a chapter written with faith, peace, and unforgettable joy. One final message remains. If your heart has stayed with this story until now, remember the lesson hidden inside every moment. Your soulmate's greatest victory was never convincing anyone, it was finding the courage to speak honestly. The father's tears were never a sign of weakness. They were the quiet celebration of seeing hope replace fear and love replace uncertainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Some stories end with loud celebrations, but this one ends with peaceful hearts. Your soulmate carried the Father's blessing into every new sunrise, believing that the right people, the right moments, and the right paths always come together at the perfect time. Every word spoken that unforgettable night became a reminder that genuine love grows stronger through patience, respect, and unwavering faith in tomorrow. That single conversation became the beginning of a future filled with joy.